Jai Hind and a very good afternoon to our respected guest speaker, Mr. Dinesh Patwal, faculty members and all the students of PGDM batch 2024 to 2026. I, Anchal Kumari, MC for today, welcome you all for the induction program for batch 2024 to 2026. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our guest, Mr. Dinesh Patwal. Sir, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, sir. Mr. Dinesh Patwal is the Zonal Head of Western Region of Child Health Foundation and has been a dedicated member of the foundation for the past 5+ years, contributing significantly to the fields of resource mobilization and project implementation. His expertise and dedication have been instrumental in driving numerous successful initiatives that have made a sustainable impact on the lives of countless children. In addition to his professional accomplishment, Mr. Patwal is known for his exceptional soft skills. He is remarkably punctual, ensuring that every task he undertakes is completed with precision and on time. This dedication to punctuality is a testament to his commitment and reliability traits that are highly valued in any field. Outside of his professional life, Mr. Patwal is an enthusiastic runner. His passion for running has seen him participate in various half-marathon events, including the challenging 21-kilometer races organized in Mumbai. His dedication to maintain a healthy lifestyle and his determination to push his limits are truly inspiring. For those who may not be familiar, the Child Health Foundation is a national non-profit organization dedicated to the welfare of underprivileged children. The foundation works tirelessly to provide education, healthcare, and sustainable development opportunities to children across India. Through its various programs, the foundation aims to ensure that every child has the opportunity to lead a happy and healthy life, free from the constraints of poverty and neglect. The work done by Child Health Foundation is critical in shaping a future for our society. With leaders like Mr. Patwal at the helm, the organization continues to grow and make a profound difference in the lives of many. Once again, we are honored to have Mr. Dinesh Patwal with us today. Please join me in giving him a warm welcome as he takes the stage to share his experiences and knowledge with us.
Good afternoon, students. So this is my second year in your college. Last year also I was here. But I think the slide is a little, we have to change the slide. It's on CSR, right? Now this is POSH. This is prevention of sexual harassment at the workplace. All right. So basically my name is Dinesh Patwal, as I have been introduced, and I am working with Child Health Foundation in the capacity of Zonal Head for the West region. All right. Before taking you to the corporate social responsibility, I want you to know a little bit about Child Health Foundation. All right. So we can start the slide, please. You can do it from that. All right, Child Health Foundation, it's all about bringing smiles. How do you do it? How do you operate? All right, Child Health Foundation, basically it's a non-profit organization which has been registered under Bombay Public Sector Trust 1950. All right. Now, as the name say, it's a child-centric organization which basically focuses on education, healthcare, and safe environment for children. The main goal is to bring children to the mainstream irrespective of their background. So, if you see, the goal, equal opportunities to every child in the country. Empowerment is providing tools for children to thrive. All right. Now it's in collaboration, working with communities and government for sustainability. Right? The mission is we want to bring all the child to the mainstream irrespective of their background. Now, did you heard this term CSR? Corporate social responsibilities. We'll have an interactive session actually, huh? So that I can ask you something, you can give me the answer so that we'll be focused more. Now, what does this CSR mean? That's fine, that's fine. That's the full form of CSR. What does actually it means? Can anybody? You can raise your hands, we can have mic. Yeah.
Jain sir, my name is Ine Bhattacharjee. Corporate social responsibility means the ethics that we used to follow in the corporate life, the responsibilities that we have.
All right. Yes, he wants to say something. Yeah. You can speak.
And corporate social responsibility is something that we use the resources of the country and we give it back
Resources of the country.
of ourselves
All right.
and we give it back to the society.
Okay. Anybody else who wants to try? Yes. Gentleman here. Yeah.
My name is Dinesh Patwal. I reckon CSR basically means using the profits using the corporate profit for the sustainable development of society.
Absolutely right. Now, why this CSR? This CSR actually government wanted to include those section of the society. Please. Those section of the society which were to be in the growth process, and somewhere they were excluded from the mainstream of development, like the corporates. They wanted this section of corporates to be in the development story of the country. All right. Now, in 2013, there was an act which is called as a Company Act, Section 135, where all the corporates which are eligible for Section 135 has to do a compulsory CSR. That is corporate social responsibility. All right. Why this was introduced? Because it is a basic instrument to integrate social, environment and human development concern of in the value chain of all the corporates. They want to include that in the chain value of all the corporates so that they can be with part of the society. All right. Now it has become a mandatory provision under Section 135 of CSR, that is the Company Act, and it was effective from 2014, 1st of April. All right. Did everybody understand that? What does it mean? What does it mean? It means this is an act. Now it has become a law. It has become a law so that those companies which falls under 135 section, they have to mandatory be into CSR. They have to be giving back to the society. All right. Now there is a eligibility criteria to company who does CSR. Does anybody knows what is the criteria? Yes, please.
Sir, every company whose net profit is 5 crore and net worth is 500 crore and turnover is 1,000 crore.
Absolutely right. This says under section 135(1), all those companies are eligible which have a net profit of 5 crore INR, or the net worth has to be 500 crores. What does net worth means? Yes, anybody? Raise your hand, please. Yes.
Net worth basically is the total capitalization of a company.
In a easier term, Absolutely. It's basically the total assets of the company minus the liabilities. That talks about the net worth of the company. So the net worth has to be 500 crores or the turnover has to be 1000 crores. So these are the eligibility criteria under section 135 of the Company Act, which was formed by Minister of Corporate Affairs. All right. Now, what actually they have to sell out as a CSR? If any company falls under any of these three criterias, what should actually the CSR? कितना करना पड़ेगा उनको अगर वो कोई भी कंपनी इन पैरामीटर्स में रहती है तो व्हाट इज द अमाउंट ऑफ CSR फॉर द सोशल एक्टिविटीज यस और एवरेज ऑफ एवरेज व्हाट ऑफ yes tell me that becomes average na if you calculate 3 years then it has to be the average of 3 years profit 2% has to be for the social cause. And no, not necessary. Not necessary. They can do anywhere in India. Not preference to local areas, anywhere in India. All right. Now, what this Ministry of Corporate Affairs says, you have to make a statutory declaration, the disclosure of your CSR activity in your annual report to the board. So it has become a compulsory thing for the corporates. All right. So this is what CSR is. Basically, company which have 5 crores net profit or it has 500 crores of net worth or 1000 crores of turnover. All right. So we'll see a little bit ahead. Now, basically, Child Health Foundation, we work with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations Organization. Now, anybody knows what Sustainable Development Goals are? किसी को पता है? Anybody who can say about it? Yes.
Sir, basically, sustainable development goals are the goals that are determined by the UN for the development of the overall society. The target, they set a target in a certain timeline, and they have every country that are involved in UN has to reach that target.
Girls, anybody from girls? SDGs full form Sustainable Development Goals. What are these? बैठ जाइए सर, बैठ जाइए. Yes, ma'am.
Jayan sir, myself Vishaka, and the sustainability development goals is zero hunger or good health, well-being, gender equality.
All right, I'll explain you in detail. Everybody knows UNO? Everybody's heard of UNO, United Nations Organization. Now, it's an international organization and we have 193 member countries in it. All right? 193 member countries in United Nations Organization. Now, in year 2015, all these membership countries came together and formed the Sustainable Development Goals, which was to transform this world. All right? To 2015, they came out with Sustainable Development Goals to transform this world, and the aim of the action was to end poverty and inequality. Just to end poverty and inequality in this world. They wanted to basically protect this planet Earth and wanted to ensure that people should enjoy health, justice, and prosperity. All right. Now, the bottom line was that you should leave no man behind. Everybody should have justice in place, there should be health in place, and there should be prosperity in place. Keeping the ecology of the planet in mind. It's not only about human being or living beings, it's also all about non-living being. So that ecological balance has to be there. So they came out with 17 SDGs. Alright. तो 17 सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स थे, and for Child Health Foundation we align with the development goals of the United Nations and we set them as a roadmap for our projects and programs. We don't do anything else, but we follow the sustainable development goals of the United Nations, and our programs and projects are set onto these sustainable development goals. All right. Now these are the sustainable development programs where we are involved. Good health and well-being, and we have total beneficiaries, which is almost 45 lakh people. Can you see that up? That's the total number of beneficiaries we have through these sustainable development goals. And if you see each one of them, the sustainable development beneficiaries are also written down there. Good health and well-being, water and sanitation, zero hunger, humanitarian relief, decent work and economic growth, and reduce inequality, life below water, life on land, gender equality, and quality education. All these, if we take together, we have almost 45 lakh beneficiaries. All right. Now, if you see, there are 2-3 things also there, like life below water. Do you think water is important? Yes. Why? To have life, right? What happens if the water is polluted to the marine lives? What happens? Do you know what's the population of the world? How much? Almost 8 billion. 7.8, let's take it as 8. Now, the livelihood of 4 billion people is through water in this world. Now you can understand how much important water is. 4 billion people's livelihood depends on water. So water has to be safe. The marine lives have to be safe. So it's very important that this SDG, life below water, is to be taken into account. Alright? Now if you say life on land, is it important, life on land? I'll tell you one example why it's important. We had COVID few years back. Alright? What happened in COVID? Lockdown, everybody in the house. Now there are stray animals around the streets, alright? Now these stray animals, they have a habit because we basically feed them. Now since you are locked up in your house, who's going to feed them? What happens to them? Now there was an initiative taken by Child Health Foundation that these stray animals, whether it's dog, cow, they took up this responsibility of feeding them during Corona days also. So that's very important to have a ecological balance. All right. Now, humanitarian relief. Now, what is this relief? Can somebody tell me what exactly is this relief? Absolutely. It's a natural disaster. Natural disaster can happen by how many ways? Earthquake is one, flood, tsunami. Then recently we had cyclone in Bengal, Assam. Pandemic, droughts, yes. So you can see the beneficiaries we have. 11,33,000. That's the kind of volunteership we do during these relief programs. All right, zero hunger, everybody, the term itself says about it. Then we have quality education. Education is a big program. We do work with these programs. Then water and sanitation, very important for every human life. And also good health and well-being. All right. Now these are the projects undertaken by Child Health Foundation, mini science centers. Now this has been to encourage students in a practical way by studying with the models. Now these mini science lab has been set up in the tribal areas. Like we have a lot of tribal areas around Mumbai and possibly also in Pune. Pune we have not done yet. But yes, in Mumbai we have done lot of mini science centers in the schools. Alright, now what happens with this? It basically enhances the scientific research or the literacy. Alright. Now you also focus on scientific curiosity and critical thinking. So these are few things if you learn through models which is provided by many science centers. All right. Baby feeding center. This is a very noble idea and very new idea which came to the minds of CHF. Now there are many public places where the traffic is continuously moving, like railway stations or many temples or hospitals, where there is a continuous movement of a traffic and it's a public area. Now feeding a baby, a mother feeding a baby, which is very, very important, but they don't have a place and it becomes a stigma in the society. Alright. Now to take care of these mothers and the infants, we have made baby feeding centers in a lot of railway stations. Like we have in one in Pune, we have them in South, we have them in Mumbai also. And also we have established these baby feeding centers in big hospitals also. And we are talking, we are in talks with ISKCON and big temples where we can also have this baby feeding center. All right. Basically, it is for the safe and comfortable for the mother and the child. All right. Now this Bazaar Hut. How many people are out of Mumbai or Pune here? Oh, many of them. तो हट बाजार सुना आपने? नाम सुना है? क्या होता है हट बाजार? It's basically a marketplace in a rural village. अगर आप rural places में जाएंगे, if you visit rural villages, this is the marketplace where you buy vegetables or craft things or many artworks, many things you get there. So what happened? There is a village called Gulabi Gaon. It's in the Nasik district. Now this is almost 150 kilometers inside the district. Now the livelihood for these villagers were either come to Nasik, which is 150 kilometers, or some of them, because they don't have any livelihood, they were turning into Naxals. Alright. Now Child Health Foundation, what they did is, with a CSR, with IIFL, they made a hut bazaar in this Gulabi Gaon. And there are 11 shops which are dedicated to women and for women empowerment. Now, people around the villages come to these shops and buy their things. Whether it's vegetables, it's anything, they come. Now, what happened with this? The main purpose of this was to bring back people to the mainstream, so that they don't go out to Nasik for their livelihood, or something else comes into the mind to turn into the Naxals. So this project was done, I think it was in 2023 we have done this, 2022 in Nasik. This is water purifier and toilet construction. It was a national movement to make toilets across the country. We were part of it, and also we provide safe drinking water in schools through water filters or water coolers. All right. School health program. Basically, this is health checkup. Not blood donation. Basically, it's a health check program where we basically camp in a rural or tribal area school. And what we do is, we do a lot of screenings, immunization programs, and growth monitoring for children. If you have heard of Palghar, there is a district called Palghar. Suna hai kisi ne? It's just next to Mumbai district. All right. Now, according to United Nations Organization, this is the most malnutrient district of the world. And it's basically a tribal area. So what we have done is, we have done lot of health camps there, where we checked with their health and also their growth monitoring of the children. Alright, so these programs we often conduct in various cities and various villages also in India. Now this is Center for Excellence. Now again I'll say, this school in rural or tribal area, they don't have teachers, whether it's a government school or whether it's a private school, to hote hi nahi hai. If it is a government school, they don't have teachers. So what we have done is, as a Child Health Foundation, we have specialized teachers in subjects of maths, English and science. Now these teachers on our salary basically teach them these subjects so that they can benefit for their academic performance. So what happened with Central of Excellence? Improved academic performance and increased the confidence among these children. All right. Now, what can student achieve and learn? I think this is the first session with you, right? Yes, sir. But I don't know whether you will be inducting these CSR programs with your internship program. I don't know. You will be doing that? Now, if you choose CSR as your internship project, then you can learn a lot of things. First of all, you will be able to understand what exactly CSR is. When you move out of your college for the internship program, then you build relationship with the potential corporate partners. Now, there are a lot of corporates around Pune. Pimpri, Chinchwad, it's a MIDC, Hinjwadi, it's a IT Hub, Kharadi, there are a lot and lot of corporates which fall under CSR. When you go out, meet them, then you develop the relationship with this corporate world. You learn to identify and share your CSR vision. You will go with a vision. Of course, when you go for the internship program, you will go with a vision. You can share your vision with them. All right. And understand the dynamics of this corporate social responsibilities. It's a very dynamic thing. You will understand how does it works. So these are the learnings if you take CSR with your internship program. Now again you can do is you propose companies for CSR funds. Now definitely when you talk about CSR, so it's basically you are talking about the funds. Now when you talk about CSR, you are able to guide him for channelizing his funds. Understanding a corporate, what exactly the corporate needs to do with the CSR activity. Either they want to engage themselves with education, health, water sanitation, environment. So you will be able to judge them and give your potential views about your CSR activities. All right. What you learn and achieve by taking CSR as a your program, internship program, you can gain practical knowledge which is very difficult during a student tenure because you are more into theories, right? But since this program will be there, you will be able to have your field visits and you can get practical knowledge of the community. If you are into survey, you can also survey what exactly need, where the CSR funds has to be routed to. There are a lot of societies, there are a lot of communities around Pune where exactly you will understand the problem of the community, and when you talk to the CSR, the corporate, they can fund to this community for their upliftment or development. All right. Develop skills in corporate relation building. Learn the art of proposal development. Now you have to make a proposal. Whenever you do something, some survey, and you present to the corporate doesn't listen to you like that. You have to make a proposal. Do you understand to make a proposal for these CSR activities? Okay. Then again, you have to do survey, and you have to engage yourself with the community. Now, the best way to enter to get to the CSR world, to get into the corporates. Now, just understand before your internship program, a corporate doesn't easily make you enter the corporate and talk to you about the CSR. All right. Now, what you can do is to have an entry level in a corporate, to talk to them about the CSR or routing the funds. The best way to enter them is talk about POSH. POSH is what? It's Prevention of Sexual Harassment at the Workplace Act 2013. It's an act, it's a law made by the government of India in 2013. And it's mandatory. All the corporates should have POSH training. They should have POSH policies in the company, and it should be well displayed. So normally what Child Health Foundation does is it gives the training of POSH to the employees of a corporate. We also form legal policies for the corporate. We have people where we form the legal policies of POSH and we give it to the corporates. All right. Now this, when you talk about POS, it's mandatory. Every corporate has to have it. Now many of the corporate doesn't know about POS. And these corporates are who, you know? What is the meaning of corporate in POS? Any company which have 10 or more employees comes under POS, irrespective of their profit, their turnover, or whatever the net worth is. Any company which has 10 or more employees comes under POS. And it's a mandate to display these policies in their offices. So when you talk about POS, yes, I am a student and we can talk about POS to your employees, you get a very easy entry. Alright, we'll discuss about POS because we'll invite a person from Mumbai who's well versed with this POS. So he'll take a session. Probably I'll speak to Surbhi in the probably next time when we come here. We'll talk in detail about POS. Alright? Now this is another term, POXO. सबने सुना है इसके बारे में? सुना है? क्या है इसका फुल फॉर्म? सभी एक साथ बोलो, सुनाई नहीं दे रहा. Anyone, raise, yes. Protection है.
Like it is a proper training which is given, a program which trains the student about sexual harassment, like sexual abuse.
Absolutely. Now this is protection of children against sexual offences. This is again an act. It's again a law as POS. Now this is also where you can take it to many institutes. Like you have an institute, schools, colleges. These can be taken in their internship programs. Just to understand the community, teach them, just make them aware of what POXO is all about. So basically this doesn't come under CSR, but it is one of the very important acts which has taken to be in the social sector. Alright. Now these are the galleries which we have worked. Please sit down. Now these are the few recent awards which our foundation have achieved. NGO of the Year 2022, Most Impactful NGO of 2023. So that's it from my side. If you have any questions, please be free to ask.
Sir, yes, so my name is Master. Sir, my question is that what kind of activities are being practiced in Boston and
What kind of practices?
Sir, activities.
Activities are basically training the employees and making a legal framework of policies for them. That's only activity. Every corporate, every company has to have a legal framework policy. And their employees has to be trained about cost. So these things doesn't happen in the company. Alright? See, basically what happened last year I came here
we have 30 students for the internship program with us. Alright. Now basically identifying the projects. No corporate will entertain you if you don't have any project. Where will they put their funds? There has to be some project, right? So first thing is you have to identify the project. So few students, they are into projects. Few students are into survey. What exactly the community needs? What's their problems? Is water a problem? Is clean, safe water is a problem, or toilets is a problem, or the wastage around their life nearby places is a problem. So you have to do lot of surveys, and a team goes and find out all those corporates who come under section 135(1) of CSR. If not, if the corporates are not aware, then the CSR students in the internship program talk about CSR and teach them what exactly CSR is. There are a lot of corporates, they doesn't know CSR, and they don't know also whether they fall into the category of CSR. So when you talk to them about CSR, they take interest in CSR. So basically these are the three activities. Either projects you can do surveys, or you can visit corporates and tell them about CSR. Getting links about CSR. Alright? Yeah. Jain.
So my question is, POSH and POSHO is particularly for women and children.
Yes.
Do we have to make act and rules for men also?
No, as such there is no law for men right now. See, I'll tell you how does this POSH came into picture. There was a lady from Rajasthan, I'm forgetting the name, I think it was Sitara Devi or something. And basically, she was against, in Rajasthan, you know, there are a lot of harassment for the women. Alright. So she was against the harassment of women. But what happened to her was she was beaten by the politician and the local leaders there. And somebody filed a PIL in the High Court. And she lost the case also. Again, one more PIL was I think in the Supreme Court it was taken, and there it was discussed. This case was discussed, and it was asked to the leaders in the parliament to form a law against the harassment of women. So something has to be there actually to make a law. Something has to be there. There has to be a foundation, something to make it a law. हवा में लॉ नहीं बनते हैं, ठीक है. हालांकि आई टेक योर पॉइंट कि मेल के साथ भी ऐसा होना चाहिए. यस. See, basically, it is all about telling the society about these laws and training them about and telling them about these laws. It's basically an awareness program. Harassment तभी थोड़ा कंट्रोल हो सकता है जब उन्हें ये कानून के बारे में बताया जाएगा. Otherwise, ये कानून नहीं होता तो there would have been lot of harassments around. And especially because POSH is there, it is a harassment in the workplace, and the corporate is mandatory to have a legal framework of the POSH. ठीक है. इसके अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें हैं कि कब रिपोर्ट करना चाहिए, अगर लड़की के साथ किसी के साथ हरासमेंट हो तो कितने दिनों में रिपोर्ट करना चाहिए, कितने दिनों में वो तय करेंगे. देयर इज ए बॉडी टू इट. Now all these things, ये detail में when we have a POSH training that will be taken through. But it's more about advocacy program. It's a advocacy program. It's a training program and telling people ki these are the things, these are the acts. Please restrict yourself. तो it पॉश में जरूरी नहीं है कि इट्स ए फिजिकल हरासमेंट. इट टेक्स इनटू कंसिडरेशन वर्बल एंड ऑल्सो नॉन वर्बल. कोई इशारे करना या कोई मतलब इवन द वर्क प्लेस आर नॉट ओनली इन द building of the corporate or in the offices of the corporate, even work from home. ऑनलाइन में किसी ने कुछ बात करना छेड़ना शुरू कर दिया, एवरीथिंग कम्स अंडर पॉश. तो इट्स ए बिग लीगल एक्ट. तो जब डिटेल्स में जाएंगे तो यू विल फाइंड ईच एंड इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. पॉश इफ यू रियली नो अबाउट, इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. पॉक्सो सिमिलरली. So we can take POXO also that time when we have POSH. I'll call somebody from Mumbai and they can enhance you about these two acts. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, I want to know there are many few organizations in Pune, like the people individually run their orphanages. So how, and they are not aware about the CSR, how we as a individual who have been working with them for the last few years, how we can approach the companies in world manner.
For orphanages.
Yeah, for the orphanages and the orphanage.
What you will have to find again, you will have to do a service. What exactly they need it. See, I'll tell you, I recently had a CSR with a company called RLIE. It's basically a Bangalore-based company, and we have two schools in Pune. One is Matiman, that means mentally retarded. There are 62 students there. And another is Karna Badhir. We call it hearing and cannot speak. Around 50 students were there. And one was residential school, one was you can have school timings and go back home. All right. Now, I call them for the CSR. So, I identify what exactly I have to do with these schools. So, I took this program into quality education. So, what we did is, we provided them with the computer systems, projectors, screens, chairs, tables, and which the residential school of mentally retarded, we also provide them with air coolers, water coolers, big huge that desert coolers are there, those, because they are basically and you don't know what a mentally retarded bacha can do. कब उसका दिमाग फिर, you know, sometimes they get angry, they break the glasses of the school. You don't have control. They don't have any control on their body. कोई body पे control नहीं उनका. And they are the residential of that school. So we provided them with the water coolers, air conditioners provide किए हमने. वहाँ पे हमने एक system लगाया, water purifier लगाया. That was around 1 lakh rupees. Water मतलब वहाँ पे it was boring water. So the water has to be safe and healthy. So we had around 15-16 lakhs का CSR था वहाँ पे. So you have to identify what exactly the orphanage needs.
Sir, actually, there's an orphanage in Khadki. It's a orphanage which is run by a family, a couple, and they only keep the people, the child or the kids over there are the HIV/AIDS kids.
All right, okay.
So that is the reason I wanted to ask how we can approach.
See, you can find lot of things are there in Google, you know, internet, lot of things are there. Just find out what HIV people exactly need. See, one is health, medication can be one. Since it is orphanage, then food. Somebody can donate food. You know, 2 महीने का राशन बच्चों को दे दिया है, 3 महीने का दे दिया. There are beds, cupboards, because residential है वो. Beds है, cupboards है. Washing machines can be given to that orphanage because सबका एक साथ कपड़े धुलता होगा वहाँ पे. So you have to identify what exactly the orphanage needs, and you can talk in CSR.
Actually, we, a group of 5 people, we are working with them since the past 8 years, but they're expanding. So we are looking for people who can contribute from their side also.
वो individual contribution हो गया. See, there is social corporate social responsibility CSR. Then there is one ISR, individual social responsibility. I'll do it myself. I'll contribute some money for the cause. So that is individual social. That can be done either CSR में बड़ा पैसा आता है because they have to, it's mandate, it's a law, they have to do it. उनको पसंद आएगा तो they'll donate it. All right? Yes, any more? No one? Thank you. Yeah. Voluntary. Actually, I started as a volunteer. कुछ काम होते थे मैं चला जाता था. You know, there was a earthquake in 2013 in Uttarakhand. Flood आ गया था, वो केदारनाथ के वहाँ से flood आ गया था. So I went as a volunteer for relief. लेके गए थे हम राशन, कंबल लेके गए थे, and I used to do lot of voluntary activity. फिर बाद में after leaving my corporate life, I said let me join them as full-time employee. So that was the only motivation. सभी बेस्ट ही हैं. सोशल कॉज के लिए कौन सा वर्स्ट होता है? एवरीथिंग इज बेस्ट बिकॉज यू आर डूइंग समथिंग फॉर द सोसाइटी. एनीथिंग यू डू इज गुड. So thank you everybody. Thank you so much for patiently listening to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. We are particularly grateful to you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us today and share your valuable insights. Your presence here is a testament to the commitment to nurturing the next generation of leaders and change makers. Thank you once again, sir, and we look forward for your next visit to our campus again.